Hi guys, it's Renaissance Man. I'm going to show you how to do whammy bar tricks today. I had a fellow guitarist on Facebook ask for tips on how to do whammy bar stuff. So I'm going to show you how to do a few different types. First thing you need is a whammy bar. So this is my Jackson Soloist, my custom shop I just got. It has an original Floyd Rose, which to me is probably the best type of tremolo system on a planet, next to maybe a Kaler and a few others, and the Edge Zero. So the first type of whammy bar trick that you can do is probably the motorcycle one. So the way you do that is actually really easy. You would do a dive and a pull-up. And a Floyd Rose really is good because it can do both. So first thing you want to do is on your guitar, on a low E string, you want to hit it so it rings out. So what you do is you hit it, and you want to have a lot of distortion on your amp. So you want to have high gain on your amp so that the effect is more pronounced. If you don't have a lot of distortion or gain, it won't be as good. And first thing you do is you take your guitar and you hit the low E string. So you hit it and you let it ring out, and then as soon as you hit it, you are going to press down on your tremolo bar, and then you're going to press down for like a second or two, and then it takes a little practice, and you're going to pull up. So this example, so you can practice with that. And the second thing I want to show is the pull up. So my teacher showed me this one. So it sounds like a pig, right? So it's the pig sound. Now the second trick I want to show you that is really cool, that somebody asked me about, that this one is a little more difficult because it takes a little more coordination. You have to do a pinch harmonic first, and then you need to do a dive and a pull up. And this is kind of like the, let's see if I can get it right. Now you can get it right. There we go. So you do a pinch harmonic, right? And you can pick one of the strings, whatever you want, and experiment with it across the fretboard. So it's kind of cool. So you can do a pinch harmonic, and whatever. And pinch harmonics are tricky to themselves, and I'm still trying to, I can't always get them. So, you know, it's just not cooperating today with me for whatever reason. I'm also, there we go. So as soon as you hit the pinch harmonic right away, do a dive and a pull up with the whammy bar. And you gotta time it just right, or it won't work. So that's the next one, and then the one I found out I learned on my own. And by the way, I actually had to teach myself this. No instructor really showed me it, except for the one where my teacher showed me that. So one I like doing is, I call it the elephant. You can call it whatever you want. If you take your high E string and you just do a dive and a pull up, and you can get pretty abusive. That's kind of cool. So you can experiment with the dives and pull-ups. And one I taught myself, I found by accident, is if you do a harmonic, like if you 12th fret is really easy to do harmonics, right? So you get some. If you do a harmonic on 12th fret is good for that. One thing I found that's fun is if I just am messing around, I just hit all the open strings, and I do a dive and a pull up. You can get a more dramatic effect than if you just do. Now, so that's kind of the elephant. The next one, and if you're doing like kind of like Steve Vai stuff. Oh, actually, I did an accidental pitch harmonic when I didn't want to. So Steve Vai stuff is tricky. You barely touch the tremolo bar. And you do a slide. That's kind of interesting. So you do like you're playing like slides or playing scales. Now one I found out like that's kind of interesting, if you're playing, you just kind of tap it. So like it's dramatic if you're doing a lot of like metal shredding. You just tap it, like you're slapping something. And also, if you're doing like a thump on the, that's kind of good. And then another thing that's kind of fun you can do, you can shake it. I call this the shaker. You're not really doing a dive or a pull up, you're barely doing it, you just. And then if you're doing any tapping, you can kind of mess around with it. So, yeah, I just wanted to do this quick video. People on Facebook were asking for a whammy bar demonstration. And the thing is, what I like about this, the Floyd Rose can do way more range of pull-up and dives than on a Goto tremolo on my Sir. And also, the Fender tremolos usually are kind of weak. They're not good for doing this kind of stuff. And you can also try doing a chord, if playing like chords. Get like a ghost effect. So that's the thing, and they're tricky, and you gotta experiment. And if you do a pinch harmonic, maybe I'll get lucky this time. And you can experiment. It's really about experimenting. The one instructor showed me how to do the pull-up, but all these tricks I learned by experimenting, and have fun with it. It's really, it's music. There's no rules other than when you learn, the scales and all that. So yeah, I think so. That's kind of like and if you just want to do. So that's just a pull-up. And of course, if you palm mute it, you can get carried away. You can also, and then you know, like I said, the pinch harmonics, you know, take practice themselves. You know, pinch harmonic, you barely want any of your pick showing. You want your thumb to hit the. There we go. You want to distortion, get it close. There we go. So that was a pretty good horsey. What's amazing on the Floyd Rose, so I did it. Still pretty much in tune. So what I had to do on my Floyd Rose is unlock the nut and then use these manual tuners and get it tuned up. Now it's pretty much good for in tune. But yeah, let me know what else you want to see on these videos. I'm trying to make it for total beginners and intermediate people who, there's things that teachers aren't showing them. And I still have a teacher, but he, you know, I learn a lot on my own too. So that's the thing. But anyways, rock on.